Yo, what is up, everyone? Trader Mayne here with a quick video. So as discussed, you can just do a quick video here kind of going over some DeFi coins. I think it's DeFi. I don't know. I was listening to the Gainsey Cred Don Alt podcast and he said DeFi. And I'm not very good with English, but I'm almost certain he's wrong. Love Gainsey though. Great podcast. Listen to that if you haven't. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick video. It's been a while since I've done a pre-recorded video like this. For the most part, I've just been doing those streams, Metals with Mayne, Ethereum and Chill, which I really am enjoying. But I want to kind of just get going again, posting more content, just kind of on a regular basis for you guys. For a few reasons. So I mean, for those that don't know already, I was doing a group called Bitcoin Trade Group for a long time. I think for almost 2 years. Had a lot of fun, really enjoyed it, but I'm no longer doing that. I just kind of lost my passion for it, and just kind of got burnt out. And I didn't feel like my energy level was where it needed to be to, justify, having people pay me to learn and for things like that. And there was no hard feelings or anything like that. It was very mutual and good as you can have end to something like that. But I miss making content. I was doing like 4 or 5 videos a week and tons of educational shit, and I miss that. I like doing the videos. It's one of my favorite ways to interact with everyone. My Twitter engagement's been up and down. There's periods where I'll go through where I'm getting hundreds of likes on shit. There's periods where I go through and I get nothing. And I'm in one of those kind of slumps right now where most of my engagement is coming from memes as opposed to actual charts. Even though I've been dialing in some trades for you guys, but it is what it is. So just going to start kind of, posting hopefully a little less noise and a little bit more kind of actionable info for you guys. I'm still going to shit post. It's still fun, but I want to just kind of, ramp up the content level. So expect more things from my YouTube channel in the coming months. I've got some interviews I'm really excited about doing. Going to be talking to some awesome people in the coming weeks. So I'm stoked on that. My last interview with BTC Jack Sparrow, I think, had like 8,000 views, which is crazy. And I really enjoyed that. And so definitely going to want to do more of those. So I've got some exciting guests lined up and just kind of more general content, stuff like this. So I'll preface all of this with, I was very, what's the right word? Ignorant with DeFi. I just kind of was like, I'm too old for this shit. I don't want to deal with it. And it's to the same extent that I feel with most altcoins. Like, I just can't be asked. There's too many of them. I don't fucking trust half of them. So many rug pulls going on, scams, etc., etc., etc. I just can't be asked trying to keep up with the new hottest altcoin and all that shit. And I mean, it's to my own detriment. Absolutely. If you guys are looking for like some, god tier altcoin trader, it is not I. I'm a price action trader. I primarily trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of the other majors, and then Forex, equities, commodities. That's my bread and butter. I can print money doing that all day long. I don't really need to, put money on a MetaMask and try and fucking punt on some random shit. And you know what? If I've missed out on a ton of gains because of that, so be it. It is what it is. But I know a lot of people are trading this stuff. A lot of people have invested. So no harm in me charting some of this shit. So I'm more than happy to do that. So I made a post. I got a bunch of comments. I'm only going to be doing the ones that I can find on TradingView. You guys sent me some that are just not available on TradingView. So I wasn't able to find them. So I'm sorry. If you have, like, I don't think I was able to find this one. I couldn't find, I think, any of these. So I don't know. Where can I chart these? Let me know. And maybe I'll post those on Twitter as just straight up charts. But there was so many suggestions here. I figured, fuck it. Let's just do a quick video. Haven't done one of these in a while. And I got a new intro. It's probably a little corny that I'm going to try and splice into the front of the video so I can become a real YouTuber. Yeah, if you got any other stuff you want to see, any of these ones that I don't cover, because they're not on TradingView. If you can tell me where to find them, I'll try and chart them for you. But yeah, very excited to get into this. So let's just get going. I'm going to be doing all of the ones that you see here. So it's going to be power analysis. Going to try and keep this video short. I don't want to bore you guys with an hour-long video of me charting coins. And to preface this one last time, I do not own any of these. I have $0 invested in any single coin you see here. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, and I will, and to that end, I'm going to be very unbiased because I don't care if these go up or down. I know this black and white theme. Tell me if you hate it. I'm very self-conscious about my chart theme. But I love the white background, black, and the black on white. It's clean and shit, but at night, like right now, it just kills my eyes to be staring at that fucking screen. So I've made my main nighttime color scheme. So bear with me. I forgot my my cool glasses at my office today. And my assistant has the key, so I couldn't get in after hours, but is what it is. So Matic, we'll start with the USD pair. This is the weekly chart. So looking at this, I mean, looks like a shit coin. Just the way it trades, right? Huge pump here, absolute verticality for just a few days. So I mean, this is how many days? From this low to not a full retrace, but close. 88 days. There's an entire market cycle. Not sure what this is, but it's even less time. So I don't know. Is this like some sort of exit pump or what the fuck this was? I mean, this is 3 weeks here, basically 4 weeks. Absolute carnage. But I mean, overall, I mean, relatively sideways. I mean, so this is what, 4 cents up here? 4 cents and 18 cents. I mean, let's see what the equilibrium is here. Molly rocks in my drink. So right around 2 cents, 2.3 cents is kind of the equilibrium of the entire range here. What? So, okay. So let's look at the weekly here. So first thing I notice here, just looking at the weekly, okay? I'm going to have to change the settings on this too, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. I've started using the little arrow at the end. I don't know if I like it or not yet. I'm still figuring it out. I kind of dig it. So now instead of, because I used to go like this and draw an arrow and it always looks sloppy. Anyways. So what do I notice here very first, right? So, big pump. Okay, you got lows here. Those lows have been run. Jesus, those lows been ran. Don't let cred hear me, right? And then we ran these highs. Okay, we're trading below the mid-range. To me, this is a break in market structure, right? But this is also a break in market structure. Right, so breaking market structure, the downside, broke market structure, now the upside. So really what I'm kind of seeing here on the weekly potentially is ideally, right, if you're bullish, is this, right? So trading below the EQ right now, right? But we've made a low, we've made a high, we took out a previous high here. Okay, now this retrace potentially could be a buy, okay? It could potentially be a buy. So what you want to do, right, in a range, where do you want to be buying? If you're bullish on this weekly range and you expect us to go like this, you want to buy in the bottom 1/3 of the range, ideally below the 50% for sure, but ideally in the discount, right? Which is what? The discount is going to be that deep retracement on your Fibonacci. So real quick, there to there, regular fib, white, right? Where's that deep retracement of this price swing, right? Or of the entire range, right? So the entire range, right? The premium is here. I'm just gonna box it. Okay, that's of the entire range. Now of the price swing, you'll notice it lines up perfectly. It's even smaller. So you've got kind of like a premium within a premium. So there's that gray box represents your 6.2 to your 7.9 retracement, okay? What do you see that might be confluent with that? I see here a down candle before an up move, right? That would be a bullish order block that caused eventually this move to the upside, right? So I'm going to color this. That's a problem. Now I don't know what colors to make anything. Is that hideous? What about like a blue? I don't hate that. Okay, right? So we're into the premium, right? So here's your 0.62, your 70.5, there's your 7.9. So this actually would be an area right here, basically where we are and a little bit lower, where you could look for bullishness on Matic on the weekly chart, okay? Now you got to remember, this is the weekly chart. So the difference between where it is right now and the bottom of this box is a big distance, 20%, right? So I'm not just saying market buy here, stop below here. That's insane, right? That's insane. But what I am saying is, we are coming into an area of support, okay? Now, again, all of these shit coins, I imagine because they are, shitty shit coins, are gonna probably be, very much affected if Bitcoin does something crazy. So always keep that in mind, obviously. But on the weekly chart, we're into support. Zooming down on the daily. Okay, so there's that weekly block here, right? On the daily, you could refine it down to here. Okay. So we're coming into support on the daily. That being said, right now on the daily, right, this to me is looking like bearish market structure, right? So we're losing this low. This looks like it's about to make a lower low. So what do we want to see on the daily chart, right? Because if we're coming into support on the weekly, right, what do I want to see? And I talked about this in my last stream on Sunday, I believe, or it might have been on Friday. Metals with Mayne or Ethereum Chill, one of the two. I talked about market structure shifting on the low time frame first, right? So what we want to see, right, in this area on the daily is some bullish market structure form. So what would that look like? A low, right? And then maybe a higher low, and then we need to see a high get taken out. But ultimately, this is the high of interest to me. So I'm just going to clean this up here a little bit. This high, right? This high here is of interest to me because if this up move, this order block here is sending us into a new low, right? Because we gone below here, right? We broke this low. Are we breaking this low? If this daily closes below here, yes, right? It could close as an SFP, I guess. And that would be bullish into weekly support. But let's assume that this candle closes bearish, right? Yes, we could see an uptrend form here, but ideally what I want to see is this level get regained on the daily. So if I'm looking at Matic here, that is the level of interest for me for a very straightforward long, right? So if we can form bullishness in this area, that's based on daily bullish order block, discount pricing, weekly bullish order block, lower part of the range. Now we need to see bullish market structure form. So a move down here, and then I want to see bullish market structure form, right? Take out this high. Ultimately, this would be more aggressive long down here, getting long on bullishness down here. But if we can get above this level here, I think there's no doubt that we'll go attack the mid-range here and come up into this area, okay? And so just to give you an idea on some numbers in terms of what that could look like, right? So if we come up into there and then to the mid-range, let's just do a quick price check here. So above there to there is 25%. Above there to there's 35%. So yeah, you could get long down here on bullishness. Maybe you're getting 50 or 60%, right? But above this low, right? If this kind of plays out how I explained it, so we close below here, form some bullish price action, right? This is going to be the bearish order block to watch. If we come up here, right? And reject. That's the problem. You could get long here, but we could come up here and reject. We're going lower, right? But if we allow it to base here, come up here, and then it clears this, that means it's not just a bearish retest. So to give you an example of the opposite, right? That would mean like, okay, you long Matic here, it comes up into this bearish order block. It doesn't even get to it. I mean, it comes into the wick, it rejects, and we trade lower, right? Where if you would have just waited for us to regain the high that made the low, that's where you want to start doing business. So this would be my area of interest on Matic USD, would be this little block of PA right here. I think above there, I'm just gonna get rid of this now, it's getting a little noisy. I'm gonna change this to whatever, I don't know. Someone tell me how to do cool colors. The reason I go with the black and white chart is because I'm not very artistic, if you haven't noticed. So I'm not really good with this kind of shit. I don't know, fuck, let's just make it gray. So above here, right? Want to see bullishness in here. If we can reclaim this level, trade it up into here. If we lose this blue, right? If we lose this daily, we're going lower, right? I'll zoom in a little bit more. We're going lower. It's like no shit, Sherlock. Right? If we lose this area, we're going much lower. Much lower. So you really don't want to lose this if you're a bull. If you own this coin, right? You do not want to lose this support. Otherwise, we're going here. And I know it doesn't look like far, but this is the 3-day chart, right? So if we lose here, you know, that's another solid 15% drop to the next area where I even consider buying. So right now, this actually looks like it's coming in a support here. And this is where you want to focus, right? Right in here. And then on the daily, right? Again, you can refine that level down on the daily to here. And let's look for bullishness, and let's look for a reclaim of this area here to trade it up into here, okay? So into support, not the worst. Said I'm gonna keep this video short, where like probably 20 minutes in on just the first fucking coin. Matic BTC looks very similar, right? Kind of similar, slightly shittier, right? I mean, all of these, I have a feeling a lot of these are all gonna look like they're on kind of, you know, last support before much uglier. Right, so you have a weekly order block here. You know, we're trading deep into it. What I don't like about this, right, is there's your big pump, right? What's happened? Lower bounce, another weaker bounce, right? You don't want that bouncy ball meme. So what does that mean? It's just like Bitcoin at 6K, right? There was multiple longs on Bitcoin at 6K, but each one got weaker and eventually the floor fell out. It doesn't mean you can't make money trading these, right? So same idea here, right? There's money to be made from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, right? But don't be a prisoner of the moment. This is not what you want to see from support. I want to see a higher high get made, right? So right now we're retesting this support again after multiple weak bounces. You know, we're making new lows here on the weekly. This is kind of, you know, key support until down here. Let's go to the daily, see what we see. So what I don't like here, right, is this is very much bearish market structure, right? You've got a high, right? Boom. As soon as it fails here, right? This was your chance for bullishness, right? As soon as it fails to make a high, equal lows, lower high. Now we've broken that, right? So really the market structure is now right here, right? So we've made lows here, new lows here. So similar to the dollar pair. You know, we need to reclaim this level here. we're in a support, but this support has been tested multiple times. It's kind of giving me bouncy ball vibes. So not ideal, but this is your area that we need to reclaim. And I mean, ideally we need to take out this high. So I wouldn't touch it in here. I would wait for us to regain a level, right? Because the risk you run buying just, you know, the low here, right, is exactly what's happened here, right? You buy this, comes up, rejects, trades lower, right? So better off to wait for, instead of buying this, wait for this move to reclaim here and show you that it's going to go higher, right? An example of that would be here, right? So instead of just buying in here, hoping it's going to go up, wait for it to reclaim a level, right? So instead of buying just here, here's a swing high. Okay, we've taken out the swing high. We've proven that we want to go up. That's the dip to buy, right? We've broken market structure to the upside. There's nothing telling me that we're breaking market structure to the upside yet. So we're in a support here. In a support, but I want to see some sort of market structure shift. It could happen where we are, you know, but for now, this is just moving down deeper into this block. You know, I think it gets pretty grim if we lose this area. Yeah, I mean, this just entire area, this is your area of buying, right? Before the move up. So we're in a support for sure, but need to see some sort of bullishness start to show up here. And I would want to see this area here get reclaimed, right? Get above here, then let's talk about higher prices. But for now, I'm not touching this. I'm waiting and seeing, because this can go much lower, right? Again, same thing. High time frame chart from here to here is another 15% drop. All right, gonna be less preachy on these next couple and just try and do the charts here. So, I mean, okay, are you buying this right now, guys? Lend, AVE, Bitcoin. I mean, there was a long time to be buying this fucking coin, and let me tell you, now is not the fucking time. Right, if you look at this chart and you think this is time to buy, you're an idiot. Can this bounce? Absolutely. But to me, this looks like a top, and this looks like it's going to come up, bearish retest, and down. If I just had to gun to my head right now, and that bearish retest might have already happened, but gun to my head, this is support here that we're coming into right now, right? So come into here, anywhere between here and here. Right? But this is a big area, mind you. This is the weekly, but you know, this is support. Okay? But gun to my head, what's happening next, you know, is fucking bearish retest coming. This looks like the beginning of a, you know, crash cycle. Right? This is when you buy, this is when you exit. But let's zoom in. Okay, because we are coming into support here. This is weekly support. Down candle that caused the up move, right? Weekly order block. Zoom in here. Okay, daily order block here. Right at the edge of the weekly order block. Nice little confluence there. Little ping off support there. You know, I'm not necessarily buying this right now. You know, maybe if you got filled on this wick a little, I would probably zoom in, right, and wait for some sort of bullish price action. So there's that bearish retest level I talked about, right, way up there. Notice where we are right now. So I would not be surprised at all if this just trades lower, right? Because it's got a lot of room it can trade into in this weekly order block, right? It can come down into here, right? Come down to the bottom. But we're in a support for now. Question is, are we about to reject here, into here, right? Or are we going to make a higher low here, right, and move up? If we can reclaim this thing here, okay, I think you can trade this into here. And then this is where I'd be looking to short. Okay, and that's that bearish retest level based on the weekly. Run all these highs in here, right? Get everyone bullish, then smack it down. That would be kind of what I would see, right? But there's nothing telling me to buy this yet. I mean, you could buy it here, but to me, unless we get above here, this could just be a rejection and heading much lower. So potential buying opportunity, get above here. There's a nice opportunity for a trade going up into that bearish retest level, because that's what this looks like to me. This looks like that's a top. It might come up here and then continue to dump, but we are into support. So you can start looking for, you know, either potential buying opportunities or looking to sell retests of bearish order blocks, right? Because if we're going to go down, right, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? The move really is sell bearish retest. But let's wait and see. Coming into support for now. So this is support based on the weekly and the daily. Hopefully that makes sense. That's Lend. Lend USD. I'm not even going to chart this. This is the exact same chart, right? Basically the exact same chart as the BTC pair. Right? Huge pump. This one hasn't come quite as low, but there's that equivalent weekly block, right? Price action looks almost identical. This would be your bearish retest level. Zoom in a little bit, right? What do we have here? There's your high, bearish order block, right? Is right this area here that caused this low, comes back, retests it, right? So argument could be made, right? Bearish order block that caused price to move down here, come up into here, would be a sell. But like the BTC chart, we're not even in a support on this one. That's the thing. It's not showing me. Yeah, same, basically the exact same daily block here. It just doesn't line up as nicely as on the weekly. But, you know, we just SFP'd some lows, so might get some relief. I imagine this looks the exact same. Yes, looks the exact same as the chart I just did. Need to reclaim this area for me to get excited about this. So if we do one of these, might be interested in longing this. But right now, I wouldn't really touch it. I would wait and see. It needs to reclaim this area for upside or else it's going to drop much further. KNC. So weekly coming into support from what I can tell here. All right, so this is the down move, right? That led to the move up. So again, a lot of these alts are looking like ass, but they're coming into support. Seems to be the theme so far. And that's kind of my general consensus on a lot of altcoins right now. Like I think Ethereum is going to drop. I do think Ethereum goes to 240 to 290. And I do think Bitcoin drops below 10K. It might go up to like 11 or just above 11 first, but I do think we have one more leg down coming. And so I think a lot of these are going to lose this support and continue down. But that's for another video. So in a support for now. Right, so I mean, came up, we're bearish retest right now territory. So bearish retest of this, right? So this is again, right? We have a move down, we trade up right into the previous order block, trade down, move up right in the previous order block. So you know, you need to see a shift in market structure. The problem with knife catching is you might buy here and it might give you that big green candle, right? But the more often than not, you're gonna buy here, right? It's going to do this and then you're underwater. So, you know, better off with these kind of things, wait for them to reclaim some sort of price floor, show you something that is like, hey, this thing has bullish market structure. So on the H12, right? I mean, it could be something as simple as reclaiming this, right? And then you start getting bullish, right? But for me to be interested in this, if I'm just looking at this chart and where we're at right now, knowing that this is high time frame support, if we reclaim here, I think we trade to here at a minimum. very confidently, right? So if we come up here, close through here, and then do a retest, if I put my stop here, right, I'm gonna have a pretty high confidence setup for 15% move to the upside with a relatively tight stop, right? Okay, whereas if you're just buying the knife, so yes, catching the knife, right? Yeah, this is a way bigger move. But where's your risk? Where are you wrong? Right? Are you wrong all the way down here? So let's say you get in here. Your stop is here. Okay? Your target is here. So yes, the percentage move here is good, bigger, right? But your stop placement, if you're going to use the daily order block, right, as your stop, is much looser. So the risk reward on the confirmation setup is higher. So you make more money, right? Unless you're just buying this purely as spot and then you want the biggest percentage gain possible. But for me, I'm taking the confidence setup all day because here I don't really know how to define my risk unless it gives me something very clear, right? One thing I could see you doing perhaps, right, is if you have this level get reclaimed here, okay, right, then this could be your risk, I guess, below this wick. But to me, this seems like, just looking at this, because I've literally never charted this ever before, a reclaim of here, right? So a big strong candle through, any sort of pullback, stop below there, target here. I think that would be a nice trade. So on support for now, right? But you know, I don't know. This is sketchy to say the least, right? So you've got this level here. If this fails, you got this level here, then it gets real ugly. So, you know, if you're a bull on whatever the fuck this is, Kyber, I think you want to see it bounce just in general in this area here. If it loses this consolidation, look out below, right? From here down to like the next support, right? That's another 50, 60% drop, right? I wouldn't be looking at it until down here. So you don't really want it to lose this consolidation. So on support for now. KNC USD, very similar chart, right? Very similar chart. My arm hurts. Right? This is your concern on this, right? Reclaim this, probably go much higher. You know, not guaranteed through all-time high. No, well, all-time high is way over there, but through this high, right? You reclaim this floor, you know, you long this thing up to here minimum and potentially higher, right? Because you could always do one of those. But yeah, nothing here yet. That is, you know, that's kind of your impending doom. This would be probably your support over here, right? Look left. So we're coming in as support. If I zoom in, I'm sure I can dial this down here. Nothing. So this is filling in a relatively inefficient move here. You know, so it's into support. Just gonna delete this one for now. It's into support, right? So you have this area. How can I describe this better? Right? This is your kind of last up move before this move down. Rejected, we close through. So is this gonna SR flip, right? That's your main question. Is this gonna be an SR flip? Because if it gets back below this, trade's much lower. So you really wanna see it hold this. You want this to be a move down, reject, SR flip, move up if you're a bull on whatever the fuck this is. So yeah, nothing for me here. If I'm looking to buy this thing, like, go down to the hourly, you know, maybe we get one more stab and then some, but there's nothing here yet. Not even, I mean, this, you could argue that this is a higher high here, right? So you could argue we're within support, that gray area. You could argue that this is a low. There's your higher high. Now we make a higher low, right? But you need to see something bullish start to form before you just start buying this thing. But it is into support. And I think the best way to view this chart is just on the weekly. Is this an SR flip? And if it is, great. If it isn't, yikes. pulls. So the bad news for this one is I don't even know what time frame to go to make this not look like fucking shit. My God. So, I mean, fucking big ol' L and drop an F in the chat for whoever bought this a few weeks ago. Because this thing is in the shitter. Let me see here. God. Like, look at the daily. Like, what do you even do? SFP, I guess. Right? So SFP, I guess, on the daily. Right? But, I mean, everything else looks like shit until you literally go way down here. Like, let's go with the hourly. Okay, so the hourly might be turning a little bit here. But this one, I mean, here's the thing. Can it go lower? Absolutely. Right? So this can just bleed, right? This chart can go from looking like this to looking like this, right? But there is a chance that it could also look like this, right? And this could be the bottom. But again, do not fucking touch this thing. Looking at the H4, if we can form any sort of bullish price action, meaning we start getting above this area here. So we can start trading above here. Then you might be able to get long on this until here. But I'm not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. I'm not fucking this thing with, another dude's dick yet. This needs to show some sort of bullish price action on the high. First of all, it's got to start on the low time frame, right? Maybe a higher low here. And then it's got to be a higher high, right? There's that H4 level to reclaim. Then maybe you got to trade into here. But for now, this thing is ugly. I'm not touching it. You shouldn't touch it either. But then again, do what you want. Free country. So perfect example of what I just said here, right? So as much as it's like, okay, well, can this go any lower? Like maybe this is the bottom here, right? This chart can become this chart, right? Where you're like, okay, it can't go any lower than this, right? Can't go any lower than this. And that just makes another leg down. So, I mean, again, these ones are all making new lows, right? So the way that I would trade a coin like this, because you can't even look left. Like with Ethereum BTC, I can look left and be like, okay, well, there's a level over here or whatever. There's nothing here. Unless there's on another exchange, I don't know. But just looking at this chart here, just trading this chart here, this thing is hideous. Right, so if you're just looking at this on the weekly, right, wait till it reclaims that floor. Until it reclaims this floor, there's no point in buying it, right? So there's your floor right here. Okay, so why rush to buy this thing until it regains this area here? Because once it regains this area here, now you have risk defined, right? And you can start looking along, right? But until then, I mean, I just wouldn't touch it. There's a key level on the H12 right there. So it lines up with this consolidation, the floor that I drew on the weekly. Let me know when we get above here. If you want to trade this thing, set an alert here. And if we can do one of these, right? Now you maybe look to long this thing and it comes out for some of these highs. But for now, don't fucking touch. What do you need me to say here? This is the exact same chart. Do not fucking touch this until it regains that floor there. Uni BTC. Okay, so this looks slightly better. These are also new. So that's the problem. It's like how do you TA this, right? So to me, gotta go all the way to the H4. The 8 hour there. Here's the problem. Do you include the wicks? If you do, we're in support, but we're looking kind of ugly. I don't like how big that wick is. Like if I'm watching this, I wanted to see support here. Did not see that. So there, we'll refine it to the H4. to me right now, this looks like it's bearish retesting this right here. This looks like a bearish retest right here. So, yeah, I would not trade this until it starts trading over that level. No interest in it yet. Yeah, so pretty ugly. Exact same chart here, right? Want to see us start trading over here before you look to long this thing. I don't know, can you short these coins? If you can short these coins, I think shorting bearish retests are the move, right? This is bearish market structure, so. But if you want to long it, wait till we get above there. Acropolis. Okay, so this looks less shitty than the other ones. Right, I mean, this is a big old pump, a big old retrace, but we're into some decent support here. Oopsie daisy. Right, so I mean, this is support, right? But we came into here, right? We bounced, went lower. So, I mean, this is, you know, this is a decent area. Again, not just to blindly buy. You can just set bids here. It all depends on your strategy. Are you buying spot, averaging in? What are you doing, right? But from just like kind of a day trade or a swing trade perspective, there's no buy here yet. You know, you need price action because it's just bleeding into this level. Now, oftentimes when you get that bleed into the level, sometimes you get a quick move. So setting those bids, you know, can pay off. But that's just not how I trade, right? I'm more of the mindset of like, okay, well, if we reclaim here, I'm a buyer, right? So yeah, we shot through it on the H4, right? But on the H1, right, there's price action here. So there's the close through. You could buy a retest there. You could buy a pullback there because we've now gained the level. So the same thing is what I would be looking at for something like this. To me, again, nothing here. This wick, potential buying occurring, but I would want to see us get above here because my concern is that we might just do this, right? But if we can get above this level, I think you can long it looking up into this area up here. So gotta regain this level in my opinion, but it's on support. This one, I mean, I hate them all, but I hate this one slightly less. Essentially the exact same chart here. Very similar chart, right? I mean, here, your level's way up here, right? But this would be the concern, right? Bearish retest here, reclaim this level, long this thing up into here, right? And it doesn't look like much, but I mean, there's just to that high there's, you know, 30%. So there's trades to be had here, but this would be the area I'd watch. YFL, YFL. This thing is hideous. So what is this? Like, is this the price? Did someone actually own it at this fucking price? Did someone actually have one of these at $2,000? $2,000? Am I reading that right? Is that 11,000? That's 11,000. That's 20 grand. I hope to God no one paid $13,150 for one of these, and if they do, fucking rip. Or they did. This is my problem, right? Is like I'm gonna be the guy who like buys the thing like this and just gets absolutely fucked. These are the charts that make bag holders. I don't know. This thing might pump, but this looks ugly to me. I wouldn't touch this until it regains this floor. right? So that's on the 8-hour chart. If I zoom in here, right, here's kind of, you know, the confluent with that 8-hour zone. Looks like just a bearish retest to me for now. So until we regain this floor here, regain this area here, I wouldn't fucking touch this thing. And if you own this, ouch. And if you're the one who bought it at 13,000, I don't think you're ever gonna sell it for that ever again. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong. If you are, not without some fucking crazy buying. But yeah, no interest in this until it regains this floor. I wouldn't touch it. X Haven. Is this even DeFi? I don't know. Got a teeny little level here. Got this fucking Coochie Man song stuck in my head from fucking my girlfriend watching all these TikToks. I'm the Coochie Man. So that level over there, right? Zoom in, kind of based us here, right? But to me, this looks like boom, low. This looks like lower, high, lower. If I'm just guessing, this looks like it trades lower. But here's your area to watch on the H12 here, right? Lose this, we go to here. Hold this, we might pump. But I'm leaning towards this on this one. This just looks like a big old lower high. But we'll see. It needs to hold the blue and then it could go higher. Exact same chart, right? I'm not gonna, no need to rechart this, but you know, there's that same level. Needs to hold this consolidation or else it's trading down into here. Tendies. Ugh, you poor thing. You poor tendies. Sorry, it's just looking at a text here real quick. God. I want this to be more bullish because tendies, I love chicken fingers. I don't even know, bro. This chart is fucked. That's what I mean. How do you fucking trade these? Like, I'm a price action trader. I trade price action and all of the price action on these charts is aids. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's just so much gambling and just like randomly buying shit that people see. It's just not me. It's just not how I trade. But like I'm trying to look for a bullish argument, and I don't know if there is one. Not yet, at least. So I mean, this thing needs to regain this floor here, right? That's a key rejection. So I mean, essentially that low bounce. Once we lost that level, so long as we're below here, tendies is eternally cucked. If we can regain this floor here, tendies will go to $1.15. So if we can regain 46 cents, you know, we might have a nice ride up towards, you know, $1.15 there, because there's some empty air here. But as long as it's below 46 cents, it doesn't look good. You know, and you need to see some sort of bullishness. I don't know if anyone trades this at all. I don't know. But there's just nothing here yet, right? Maybe a low, right? But this is, you know, trading down. Needs to take out this kind of area here. These highs need to get above that floor for this to have any sort of bullishness. Sorry to the tendies family. Curve. Again, absolute shit. Do you guys actually own, so like, are you asking me to chart this because you own this and you're underwater, or you want to buy it? I don't know. You guys are gonna have to enlighten me. Like, there's so many markets that you can trade with beautiful, clean price action, not outside of crypto, right? Like, you have to expand your horizons outside of crypto eventually. Forex, commodities, there's equities, there's so much that trades so clean, so beautifully. There's tons of options to trade these things with crypto. Yet people choose to trade these because, of course, I get it. They want to catch one of these, right? You want to be the one who bought it here, right, and sold it here. But the likelihood of that happening is very low. Very fucking low. I'm confident most people are losing their asses on these things because, oh my God, right? Like, you have hope and then just complete despair. It's just hideous. So, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't know if it's on support. There's no way to tell, right? There's no way to tell because it's just gone just ugly. I mean, this is the floor before this thing looks human again, right? If this can somehow get above here, it might market cycle again. But until then, it's gross. Looking at the 8-hour, I wouldn't consider a long until above here. If we can get above there, right, you might be able to run up a nice long on this thing up into here, who knows. But I mean, what the fuck. Exact same chart. No need to chart it again, right? Gotta reclaim that level and then get back above this floor eventually one day. But oh my God, this is the exact same chart, different coin, exact same chart. So I don't know. I even need to go through these many. So many of these look the same, which is like dog shit. Okay. Yeah, so just looking at the daily on this one, right? There's your floor. Reclaim that floor. Let's talk about longing this thing bigly to $17. But until then, no reason to be longing this yet. I mean, if you zoomed into the H4, right, here's a level of interest. So if we can, maybe we come up here, we get above here, right? You long it into here. Expectation is this. But then if we regain here, long it again or compound, whatever you want to do. But good Lord. Link. Okay. Here's a decent looking chart. Right on support, right? So, man, this is one I regret not owning any of. What a run. Right on support right now on the weekly. I would even refine that down to here now on the 3-day. And then on the daily, we got support here. So if you're a Link Marine, do or die time. Let's see a bounce here, right? I mean, we still got support below us, right? But from here to down here is 20% further. So potential area of interest for Link right here. So as you can see, came up. That's why you want to reclaim these levels. All those setups I showed you all talk about reclaiming a level like this, because what happens is this. So wait for the reclaim, then get interested. So here, I think this is not a terrible buy right here. If I pull my fib from here to here, it's going to be right in the OTE. Right in the OTE, as you can see. So I don't think this is a terrible spot to be looking to long Link or to long Link. And if we get above this area here, I think it could have another leg up. But if we fail, right, and if we start losing this gray, so if we lose this, we'll trade deeper into here, and you don't want to lose this low. You want this to be this if you're a Link Marine. You do not want this to be the top, right? And then if we lose this low, I have a feeling we probably lose that low. Because if you look here with your fib, right, so that came pretty fucking deep. You don't want to come back down here if this is bullish. So I don't think that this is a terrible buy right here. First time I can say that on any of these. This is the exact same chart, so same thing, right? There's your block. Cream. Fucking garbage. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, nothing of interest until we reclaim that level there, right? absolute shit tier. No idea what this fucking does, but yeah, that kind of throws things off, that area there. But you know, maybe we are forming a little bit of bullish price action here, but it's rejecting from that floor level from over there. Needs to take out this high, right? If it takes out this area, maybe long it, but I mean, this is just gross. I hope whoever suggested this, that you do not own any of this, because this is disgusting. Why would you trade this? Why? This one looks okay. I mean, better than the others, right? So, I mean, what we're seeing here on the daily, you know, a low, a high, now there's potential higher low. So there's something to work with here. There's nothing to work with here, at least on the daily. You got to go way lower, right? So starting to have some bullish price action here on the daily potentially. So this is in a key support here. So I would want to see bullishness here, right? If we can clear this level here, I think you trade it up into here. And that's probably a nice little move just from there to there. Not that big. But yeah, needs to find bullishness. I'm going to delete this. Needs to find bullishness right where it is. Don't really want to see it trade any lower. So this one's on support, not nearly as terrible as some of the other stuff we've seen. You know, this is bullish market structure on the H4. The concern is, okay, are we flipping bearish here? Right? So need to form a higher low here and then continue up if you're a bull on this thing. So what does that mean? Need to see some highs get taken out here. So I would want to see support hold here. The exact same chart. So, okay, guys, that went on longer than I thought. Some of those, the majority of those look god-awful. So I hope you guys don't have too much money in these fucking things, because a lot of them look like shit. I understand the infatuation with altcoins. You want to hold that one that does the 100x. You want to hold that one that fucking just moons relentlessly. There's so many things you have to think of, right? Like, okay, a coin might do 100x, you know, 1,000, 2,000%. But first of all, how much, you know, volume are you getting in there? Is it enough that it's material? I mean, if you're getting 100x on, you know, fucking dust, it's not, you know, now you've got 100 times dust. You know, you're not getting 10 bit. I don't know. Maybe you are getting 10 Bitcoins into some of these ones. I don't know. This is not my area of expertise. I'm a price action trader. I don't know what any of these do. I just trade charts. I'm going to say 85% of these charts look like absolute garbage, and they look like they are not, the fucking trash fire is not stopping anytime soon. So if you own these and you're wondering what to do, fucking, you know, gut it out, wait for, or if you want to buy these, right? Like, there's a lot of bag holders that are getting made in that DeFi bubble, right? And I do think ETH takes another leg down, and I think that is bad news for a lot of these coins. But find a floor. That's kind of the common theme here, right? Where's the floor, right? Once we regain the floor, okay. Until then, there's no point just trying to catch the knife and guessing. Was this the bottom, right? Maybe, no. Is this the bottom? Maybe, no, right? So wait, find the key level, wait for a reclaim. That's when you get involved with charts that look like this. Hopefully you guys aren't losing your ass too much on these. You know, fucking take your knowledge. I see so many guys and girls, but probably guys, let's be honest, that are, like, I've seen not be able to chart shit to, like, now they're fucking charting, you know, making these amazing charts. Go and do that on gold or silver or a 4x pair. And what you'll realize is they move cleaner. They respect levels better. They're infinitely liquid. They're no scammy rug pull bullshit behind it. And you can trade them with huge leverage. It's like, it's not like you need to, you know, only trade crypto to get huge gains, right? Like, you, depending on where you live, like most of Europe, I think gets 500 to 1 leverage, right? So you don't even need a big account. And a lot of these places, right, will accept crypto as a deposit. And there's a lot of exchanges like Prime that let you trade these other assets. So, I mean, expand your horizons. There's so many better charts to trade than these. But maybe I'm crazy. I definitely missed out on the DeFi hype. And I know a lot of people probably made, or I know people made money here on a lot of these, but I bet you it's a very small percentage. I bet you more people, and what probably would have been me, and why I'm, I avoid these kind of things, is because I'm getting in late because I'm not doing the research, and I'm ending up buying here, be like, oh, I'm up, and then now you're here, right? I did that in 2014. I don't want to do that song and dance again. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, found some value in it. As I said, I'm going to be doing more of these videos on my YouTube, just trying to make some more fun content for you guys and just post more in general. So if you got any questions, hit me up, shoot me a DM. If you want me to chart anything, if it can be found on TradingView, I'll chart it. If I can't find it on TradingView, I'm probably not going to fuck with it. But yeah, hopefully this was somewhat informative for you guys. I will talk to y'all later.